Hello there and welcome to Namident Academy. Today I would like us to talk about ORCiD, and I hope maybe you have come across this ID or you have been requested for it in journal publication or application, and if not, then this video will be very beneficial to you because it's overview to give you the overview of what is ORCiD or ORCiD is. And here is the scenario. The need for ORCiD comes when, for example, in some culture, when women are married, they take the surname of their family, of the family name or the surname of the husband. So in this regard, let me use my grandmother's name. Let's say my grandmother is called Khadija, and she is called from the childhood, she is Khadija Muhammad. She went to the university, she did masters and PhD. During a PhD education and master, she wrote a lot of papers with the name Khadija Muhammad. And now she is married with somebody, let's call him Ahmed. So when she married with the Ahmed, now this Ahmed and the surname Ahmed, by their culture, she has to take the Ahmed and drop the Muhammad. So here is the case that now she has started a position already. Before she get married, she is already a postdoc, or she has started a position as a assistant professor with Khadija Muhammad, and now she is called Khadija Ahmed. So in a future publication, she starts using Khadija Ahmed, and now she want to apply for another position, or she want to apply for grant and other stuff, and she is asked a name. She supply a CV, and this funding body want to know a impact. So now they search and they wrote Khadija Ahmed. So probably the Khadija Ahmed they will see if only comes from their work or somebody's work will be limited, and that a previous publication, unless she wrote them, she takes the pain of writing all those previous publication on a CV. That is good when in that country they use CV. What about if the country they use resume, where it's supposed to be compacted 2-page something? Then that's a problem. So this one example of the need for unique identifier, that no matter the change of your name based on married or what, you can still maintain this unique identifier throughout your career. So back to my grandmother Khadija Muhammad, who is now Khadija Ahmed. Let's say she was born in China. When she was born in China, she wrote her names in the Chinese alphabet, and now she has moved to Ghana because she found love in Ghana and she married. And that in a previous publication she have in China, although from there she was both as Khadija Muhammad, Khadija Ahmed. She was both Khadija Muhammad, Khadija Ahmed in China, because maybe she married long distance married, and she stayed for 1 year in China before joining a husband in Ghana, where she get a position in a university to continue there. So now when people in Ghana use the Latin alphabet and want to search for a research grant or something for her, how do you think will the name come out there? Or let's say in Arabic alphabet, and now you are using the Latin alphabet. So researchers are facing this kind of scenarios. And also, let's say for a person whose name is let's say like me, Hafiz Muhammad Nazifi, having 2 names, or those with the culture of having 3 or 4 names. Yeah, so with the more than 2 names, institutions and publishing house find it difficult to which one is the surname, especially if I have 2 or 3 surname. So in some of my papers, in some of my document, my surname is being stated as Nazifi, and in some they state Muhammad, in some maybe Muhammad Nazifi, and the rest is initials. So how can I, in the real situation where I'm to use resume, I'm going to say that this publication, this output are all mine? If I'm using CV, or I'm giving a document to list all those things I can do, but now I cannot do with saying that if you see a name, Hafiz Muhammad Nazifi is mine. And if you see Nazifi Hafiz Muhammad is mine, I may be lying, because somebody somewhere in Malaysia might also have the same name. So either he is taking my, they search for me, but they find him and they add his credentials or his benefit to me. This kind of thing is a problem of many researchers that face changing culture, changing of names. So this problem is solved by the ORCiD, and this ORCiD, it stands for Open Researcher and Contributor ID. And this one is a global form of identification, where every researcher currently is used mostly by researchers. Every researcher is given a unique number, just like national ID. And this number cannot change. It does not change. Even if you change institutions, different institution, it still cannot change. You can take it throughout your career with it. And this is the website of when you see the page of the ORCI, and they have their visions and missions that they want to achieve. And one of the mission is, they stated, is what? Providing unique persistent identifier for individual to use as they engage in research, scholarship, and innovation activities, such that their credentials will be with them no matter if they change ID or not. So mostly in some publication you can see this there, and it's free of charge to researchers, because in others can be paying. And yeah, so that's it. For now, I'm not interested in the values they have and those things. I'm just giving the information general for you as a researcher, and they have their own funding bodies where some institutions are funding them and others. So this is important, and particularly I want to share with you, for example, in this my paper published in the journal of the Bulletin of Mineral and Research and Exploration. Here you can see that it's written here, ORCID.org. Then you see this unique numbers like this. You see them? They are unique like this. When you see that of my supervisor, then supervisor, you see also like this kind of number. They are unique. Yeah, they are unique numbers, like series of numbers like that, that you will add to every publication you submitted. So when you add to this publication, now if somebody should take this address here, it's a like form of address, web address, to type in the web page, then it will directly send him to my database where he can see my email address and other. Suppose that one day I have leave this Zakaria University where I did my master's and PhD, and now move to another institution and somebody want to contact me about this paper, and that maybe I stop using the email address related to this institution. When the person click on this link and go to my ORCiD, I might have updated my information there, and then the person can take this email and write to me. Because generally, if you are a researcher, you find that maybe you want to contact a particular researcher because you are much interested in his research and you want to communicate or collaborate, but the email provided in the manuscript or the article you read does not work or no reply. It's probably because of change of institution, and because this ORCiD goes with a person wherever the person finds himself or goes, that is making it easier for you to track and find a researcher. So this is when you go to their membership website, you can see a click here to register your ORCiD for researchers. And this video is generally to be overview of this ORCiD and the importance of it. Well, it's not a 6-digit, it's 16-digit number, and that is an associate record profile of a particular person. I have it as I show you, and this is okay. She said that more time for research. So when you are going to apply for your kind of grants nowadays, people are just need this kind of research ID. You write it there, they click, they can see all this history inside there. So you don't need to fill the forms of your collaborators, previous collaborators, because all this information might be collected automatically or one-time input in the database by yourself. So as I said, flexible name flexibility. So now with this ORCiD, my grandmother Khadija Mohammed, who is now Khadija Ahmed, don't need to explain herself. Maiden name is this and this. She just put this number on, attached to a work, attached to a application. When they click it, all her previous research she did in a graduate school in China won't be available to any researcher in the West or in the East. And that the change of name with the Chinese alphabet and the Latin alphabet or the Arabic alphabet doesn't matter. So you can customize visibility. You can state which information you want people to access when they type your name. It's not that everything that you type will go. Some you have the freedom to keep some for yourself, that this information, if general viewers can take, but because even most these funding bodies get registration with this ORCiD, that they can retrieve information they want for decision making, and this is uniquely for you, and it reduces administration burden. And as I told you, you can take it along no matter where you are, either you are in this university or second research institution, you go with it. And generally that's what I want to explain to you, and it's automatically added to your, if you put it in your manuscript and is published, this one get published, and then automatic update to your record as published. So your work will get updated, and you can be easily your work can be coverable. People can discover your work easily, because when they go to that, they see the range of work you are in, and I think it's very good. And that, so there are a lot of videos in about this website or this ID, and here there are a lot of questions that you want to you might be interested to look and register to make things easier for yourself and Finally, if you want to register, you just double click, you just go ORCID, and then you get a page like here. You give your name, your email address, you confirm your institutional, if you want to use your institutional email, or you use your normal email, and then after registering you input your data and other stuff, and then you register it once. And in every application or every manuscript, if you are requested, you just provide the ID and then you go, so that you may not get to do other difficult works again. So this comes to the end of this video. If you have enjoyed this video, do well to share with people. You can like it, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. Thank you, and see you in my next